Hello. Get down there. Hello, old and Shirley already in the chat there. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is good to see everyone here. There he is, old and Shirley. How are you, sir? Send me a message on the Instas and everything. So, old and Shirley also has a YouTube, by the way. You can go follow that. How's everybody this evening?
Good.
Good. I hear some background noise. I don't know who that is. Oh, look, there's Crabulons. Are you Crabuloning?
Yes, we are constructing Krabbies.
I don't know what that means, but there was a joke in there somewhere, and that's awesome. And we have another guest that is one of two cats. Is that Luke or Leia?
This is Luke. This is our yellow cat who will run through walls to chase toys and boink off of things and smack his head against the legs on chairs. Right now, he doesn't look brain concussed, but, he is sometimes. So this is Luke.
Hello, Aubrey.
Say hi, Luke. All right, now here's Leia. Come here, Leia. Leia is not crazy. It doesn't run headfirst into things. And she's a discriminating customer. She sniffs things and investigates before she jumps in. And so they're hanging out with me in the Lego room tonight. So they'll be young little kitty. And they've doubled in size since we brought them home.
Yes, they have grown quite a lot.
They grow up so fast. Make them stop. Can't they be kitties forever?
No.
No?
Cannot.
No? Oh, she's looking up. Such a cute.
Oh, cute kitties.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
Hello. The cat's like, stop it.
They're amazingly tolerant. Like the cats I've always had, you pick them up and you get 3 pets, and then they're like, put me down. I guess because we got them when they were so little, like they just were like, whatever, you're the adult here. I guess you're supposed to hold me, and I'm supposed to just take it. So, anyway.
You noticed that our friend Trish, she said hello because you were holding. I bet she was like, "Oh, he's got the cats," and that's why she's hanging around.
Yeah. Now they're wrestling on the floor.
Are we just going to see one spring up out of the background, just suddenly, cat in the air?
Well, what they've been doing is sinking their claws into the side of the chair and climbing up the chair to get on my lap. So, if you heard this, if you heard the sound of upholstery being punctured, that means one of them's climbing up the outside of the chair. That's what that is.
Nice. All right. Well, anyway, I hope everybody's having a great evening. So let's see. Canada is on fire. So let's talk about that. How are things in Canada today,
I'd say crispy, but we're not on fire here.
Not yet.
The northernmost parts of Canada are on fire. That is anywhere near me. It's basically near the top, like where the tree line ends, like that far north of Canada. At least that's my guess. I'm not exactly sure what area. Well, I know what area. I just don't know how close it is to the tree line. Let's put it that way. So, well, we're talking about this later, I know, but I did just scan 3 QR codes from 3 different instructions, and they all do have unique IDs attached to them, which is interesting.
So I have some facts on that. Went to the store, talked to a store employee, and they did the math, and they said it takes 33 scanned instructions to get $5 in VIP credit.
How much? For $5, how many VIP points does it cost you guys?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I'd have to look at the redemption page.
5,000 points is $5 in Canada. So.
Well, that's metric.
Yeah. So I mean, 20 points per instruction.
It's similar.
Okay.
And he said if you buy 10 different sets and you open all 10, you can scan all instructions, but you can't scan the same QR code 10 times. You're going to have to scan each unique QR code once.
Yep. There's early news of what we're going to discuss today, how this thing works and everything.
Yeah, Yeah, I was researching it myself because I have on my Bricklink store. I have 3 copies of the same set. So, I mean, it's the set number and then like a code, I guess, saying what style of book it is, and then each after that there's another code of that's basically your unique hashtag. Oh, 500 points. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, so 25 instructions in Canada, at least. If I scan 25 instructions, I get $5 off. But here's the interesting thing: if I scan an instruction and then I pass it to someone else and they scan the instruction, technically that shouldn't work, right?
I think it can only be scanned once, but I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah. So if I go through my entire Bricklink store and scan all the instructions, I'm going to have to put in all the descriptions. You cannot. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. 650 points in these 5 US.
So this will be a new Bricklink thing to enter. Like if you sell instructions, you'd have to say like already scanned.
Yeah.
Maybe
QR code already used.
They're on the
it's kind of an interesting thing. So, as for what I've been doing, not much since Wednesday or since Monday.
2 seconds, be right back.
Work, and had some issues this week with work, so I've been working extra time trying to figure out things. So, no time for Lego, unfortunately. And I think I shut off this room on Monday, so like my reorganized area. So, unfortunately, not much happening. But I have tractors. Lego's releasing. I have these here because Lego's releasing a value pack in Walmart. That's basically 2 of the tractor sets. Neither of these 2, but the 2 current tractors that are out, plus the polybag farmer's field one that they had, like the farmer with a couple of crops, I think it was. In a Walmart exclusive pack, and there's a Friends version as well. So it'd be interesting to see if that makes it out to all of the Walmart stores or not. It's like a 3-in-1 pack that they've done in the past.
Is it like the same one that has the barn and the tractor?
No, it's the tractor with the hay bales, the black tractor with the hay bales, which is a few years old, and then there's also the bright orange tractor that's current. Yeah. So in Canada, Zizu, in Canada, 25 instructions is $5 off. In the States, it's higher, which is actually kind of funny.
Yeah, for once, Canada doesn't get hose.
Hey.
Beauty. The number, let's see, 25 instructions, $5 off. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Well, for us, yeah, but like 650, unless you guys get more points per instruction, like that could make sense. That you get maybe 6.5 points. I don't know.
So how far back does this scanning thing go? When did they start putting the codes on?
2018 is what I saw written from yesterday. But that being said, like I've got the Brickhead 4-pack from Disney, and there is no barcode on here. There is a barcode on the back, but that's for the product feedback. So I don't know if that will work the same. So I don't know.
Like feedback. I came here to get points, and this sucks.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna actually scan that one just for a second to see what it pulls up.
Oh wow! So Jake and I tomorrow are going to that big bin of his instructions and going digging through and scanning. I guess.
Well, you can't. It starts Monday, I think, too. So
okay, so Monday.
Yeah. And I don't know. Like, here's the other thing. How do you scan it? Are you going to have to download the building instruction app and log into your account in order to do it? Because right now, when you go to that, it like those URLs lead you to the building instruction app. So
maybe there'll be an update rolling out and everything. All right, we'll get on to that, and you guys in the chat, let's you guys get your information together. $1 worth is $35, so you're better off in the U.S. with the discount. Look at there, we win! Woo!
Yeah.
Enjoy your health. Anyway. Anyway, all right. So Jeff, you are gearing up for a show. When's David's?
Less than 4 weeks. 4 weeks and 6 days from now, I'm going to Laval, which is right beside Montreal, Quebec, and I'm going to be there for Brickman, which David Sincere in our chat is running, or is one of the people running it. So that will be a fun one. I'm looking forward to it. They're in a soccer field that's 40,000 square feet, indoor soccer field.
Oh, okay, so, indoor. Okay, good. For me, soccer field,
Yeah, so it's actually I think it's 2 to 3. I think it's actually 3 soccer fields, and they've got 2 of them booked for the event. So here's an interesting thing, and David was talking about this as well, like in our chat. What happens if you drop Lego on AstroTurf?
Ooh.
So I could just see someone kicking a soccer ball, and a couple of months afterwards, and Lego bricks are flying everywhere. I don't know. It would be kind of funny to see, but
well, at least it won't bounce like forever under the table into another, like thing or whatever.
Dave's sharing.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so cool. So all the last 5 years of instructions we can go through and scan. That's pretty darn cool. So.
Most of them, I haven't found one in this Brickheads, and this is like a $40, $50 Brickhead set because it's all 4 of the Disney ones. So you would expect it to have it, but I haven't seen it yet. So
it'll be interesting to see how pervasive that QR code is because it's not this is a recent decision and then retro. Anyway, we'll see. Mr. Sandlin is building away. He's been quiet, and that's the way he is when he's building away. What are you building, sir?
I'm still working on Crabulons, so I've got some legs.
Sweet.
So yeah,
got legs and he knows how to use them.
He's got crabs. Sorry, that was just had to be said.
That sounds like a South Park song.
Yeah, there's a soap for that, right? I don't know.
Sorry, Mark. Mark's not talking anymore. They are awesome.
And our friend called Old and Surly Old and Burly, so I don't know if that's a good thing. Anyway, there we go. All right, so the Crabulons. So is there going to be a big command center on the top of your Super Crabulon, or just don't know yet?
I don't know. I'm still just building.
Yep, Entertainingly Lame is all in and everything. All right, so let me just go update on my little spaceship here. I've got a little more interior to do, but and everything, but you can't tell, but I reworked some in the nacelles to smooth them out a little bit, clean that up, but there it is right there. And it does the roof does come off so you can access and have all the play inside, which I like to do with spaceships. So that's what I got going on. Spaceships. Anyway, so I'm probably going to populate it with some of these guys with the classic space symbol on. These will be my crew. I actually like that series and everything. I just wish it wasn't so expensive. All right, Old and Surly says both of those. Minifig Collector wants to know how you make crapwans. Those would be crabulons, but craplons, that's okay too. That sounds like a great new sub theme too. But here we go. Here's the crabulons.
Okay, so you'll need the body from the CMF alien guy. Was he considered a miner? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he was.
He was like a alien robber.
Okay, well, it's the CMF from about a year ago, or how long has it been?
Yep.
No, it's
2.
older than that, isn't it?
It's been 2 years. I don't know. It's this orange CMF alien body. It's the alien that had the green head with the face mask thing on it.
Came with a crowbar and a jewel.
And then I use the firefighter sort of air tank mask thing, and then I stick the crab on top of it. That's pretty much it.
Yep. It's cool. They're super cool. The little tank on top is my favorite. Remember the technique where somebody used that they used that breather piece but flipped it over or something like that, and then put a dish on the top of the minifig's head, and it looked like the space suit from 2001 or whatever. That was an old technique. That was really, really fun. Really, really fun back in the day. I don't know if he was a space prisoner. I think he was it does look like a prison jumpsuit for sure. All right. Old and Shirley wants to know, how do we have so much time to work on some awesome builds? I built all day Friday and Saturday. I had Friday off of last week. Had Saturday off, and so I built all day Friday and Saturday. So that's how it goes. Anyway, all right. Let's talk VIP. Let's talk about the name change first. I know, Matt, you are in the land because you are our club ambassador. So there may be things you can and can't say. Dana is off planet again tonight. He would be actually one that was in the discussion back in the day, and his content, while relative, is not here. And so, but anyway, so the name change, do we think it's from VIP to Insider? What is our thought about the name change? What does it say in the chat? You guys give your opinion. Is it just putting a lipstick on a pig, or does it actually have some meaning, do you think?
Alien from Series 21, just for the record.
Oh, that's a great reason for the name change. Oh, no, that's a different question.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, I mean, Lego, there was an article in, what's that stupid, the Brick Exchange, I think that's the website, that was saying that Lego's reason for changing the name was they thought VIP was a little too exclusive of a name, whereas Insider is a little more open. I know, but
because everybody's an insider now.
oh, Brick Fanatics, that's where I got that article from. Sorry,
Brick Fanatics. Okay.
Brick Fanatics. That was one of the things they were saying, but I mean, also they are trying to merge all the accounts together too, right? Like the Lego Ideas, the Lego Club Magazine, Lego Ideas, your actual VIP account, and there was a fourth one. I can't remember what it was. But
all the points that Mark lost at the last merger.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it means that with Mark's main account, he can just automatically, it will just enroll him into the VIP or the Lego Ideas thing as well, right?
Hopefully.
So we hope.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because they had a big fail the last time or two that they have done some of these things. And some of it rolls back to the fact that Lego is just super, super, super fearful. They don't want kids accessing stuff. I think in their heart they are protective of kids in a way, but they also don't want to get their rear end sued or their reputation sullied, because that's their brand. So they've had a lot of security things like that, and that bit us in the butt a long time ago when we switched VIP, switch accounts, and some people like Mark got locked out of account, and even my Lego.com account has some sort of stupid they random generated a name for you. Do you have one of those? It's like alligator, Zooty food or something like that. I don't know, but
mine's like Prince Nosy Pants or something. I'm not.
No.
That's your high school. I saw your.
That sounds normal. That sounds appropriate.
Hello, Brick Jedi. Hello. All right. So I'm sitting here. It would be a great plan to all of a sudden next week be scanning stuff, but I got a feeling Lego technology is going to bite us in the butt for a week or two till they get it all taken care of. Because if I can't get to my Ideas account now, how am I going to then access it to roll it in to this new account that we're all going to create?
Well, do you need to roll it in? Is there a big deal if you don't?
It'll automatically roll you over. It should automatically roll over.
It should.
I'm just telling you what the powers that be are telling me. So it should just roll in, and you shouldn't have to do anything if you have an existing account.
That word "should" is a big.
Famous last words.
Should is carrying a lot of water.
Lego Titanic will get us and everything. I hope it works all well. That would be nice.
Oh, come on. You're rooting for a train wreck. I can hear it in your voice.
It would be a great show.
You know, that should be our show on Monday. Is we should live on screen see if we can scan in each one of us at our homes, and we could be like, no, or yeah.
It's
And
like
everybody else-
Y2K. We're watching for Y2K. We're watching for the new.
And everybody else has got their phones up to the screen like this, trying to get the barcode before we do. The QR code.
It's like that's like the shows where we're like they're showing if they're locked out of Lego.com because of all the crowd and whatever. All right, let's talk about that name change though. VIP versus Insider. Do you think that's kind of for the younger generation? VIP sounds a little more important for us. I mean, I don't know.
My honest to God opinion is that this is someone in marketing.
Yeah.
Like, we need to refresh it. We're going to rename it so we can rebrand it. It's the same program. It's just merged a couple things together. It's literally the same thing, but they're like, we're going to call it Insiders.
It's zippier. It has less syllables. Maybe. Insider. VIP. Same number of syllables. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just marketing, slapping lipstick on a pig and everything. But I guess then we talked about different ways to earn. They said they wanted to have more entry points into the Insider program. Why do you have the word Insider on it? Just call it the Lego Rewards program or something like that. But if they want more people in it. So what all ways can you get points? You get through purchases in the Lego and Lego.com. How else?
Well, scanning the instructions. We've talked about that as well.
Scanning instructions.
that's-
What is the purpose? There's got to be a purpose for Lego wanting you to scan those instructions.
Because then they know what you're buying. Then they know what you've bought, what kind of gifts you've gotten from friends or whatever. They can then directly market they can send a market blast to you based on what you have in your collection, right? Maybe they're trying to get into a brick set idea where people are tracking their collections at some point too.
Maybe they're trying to market to your spouse so they buy you the set that you want for Christmas.
Maybe.
And by the way, this is what they like.
But here's one thing that I think they had at one point and they've now taken away was you used to be able to share wish lists from Lego.com. Like, here's the sets I like. You used to be able to share that with people, and you're not able to anymore. And that's something that I think they should reinstate. Because, like I used to, my kids would be like, oh, they want some Legos. So it's like, well, here's the kids. Here's my son's list. Here's my daughter's list. Right? I'm pretty sure that was a thing at one point, but
I think you're right. All right. Now, Minifig Director, this is actually a bonus. All right. They're tracking our purchases. But when you buy from other retailers, you can still get VIP points for scanning those instructions. That's a good point.
yeah, but you're not getting as much.
Right.
Right? You're only getting a small subset of what you could get. I mean, 20 points is $20 worth. Right?
The other thing that I told today at a Lego brand retail store is that Lego wants you to build the sets, not just put them in a closet and wait for
Well,
them.
this is true too, yeah.
And
You
they
can't get the points.
reward you for opening the set and building it. So
Because then you can't sell it in 10 years down the road for
Okay. So you get $2 off of a $200 set, or I
Mhm.
keep it until it's a $500 set. That's
Yeah.
not really motivating me very much.
but it's
So-
an interesting thought. For
but
sure.
it also trades on the fact that most Americans are terrible at math. So if you just say, hey, you get points for opening it up, people are like, great, I'll open it up. Right?
until you open it up and you get instructions that don't have a barcode on them at all.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
It's like when in Georgia used to have tax-free weekend before school started. People were like, we're going to run out. It's tax-free. And I'm like, it's less than if you waited for the store to have a 10% off for President's Day. You're actually getting a better deal on President's Day than on the tax-free weekend. If
Yeah,
you're
but
paying-
President's Day is 6 months later.
I know, but people are bad at math. They're like, oh, it's tax-free. It must be great. No, it's only 7% in Georgia.
Yeah, right. I guess maybe if you're buying a laptop, that might be a decent deal, but it's still, not super great.
The comment you threw up there from David saying that you like space sets. Let's try to sell him some space. Dave, don't even let me mention the helicopter love that you have. So.
Oh, that's perverse. Too many helicopters.
Yeah. All right. So better marketing to us is we're getting rewarded for our marketing information. I guess maybe they're going to be able to do a little bit better of actual tracking of sets and ages. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, what Jeff said is almost Orwellian. If they know what I bought because I scan it when I buy it, and then I don't scan the instructions, they could be like, he bought this to resell and he bought this to build.
Yeah, like possibly.
Or trade. I could be trading sets, or I could be gifting sets. Hey, tractors grow food. Come on, what do helicopters do?
That was my thing. Yeah.
Well, will Bricklink, since Lego owns Bricklink, will there be some Bricklink connection between VIP and you don't think so?
No. Because Lego's not making. I mean, Lego's making pennies on Bricklink in each order. Don't get me wrong. They're making tons of money on Bricklink, but we're the ones, like the sellers are the ones that are making most of that money anyhow, right? So yeah. I don't think that they would reward people like that. I don't know.
Do you think it's going to make it? They're going to tag those exclusive, employee sets that they probably don't want you to resell. And I see that your set with your QR code went on Bricklink, which they'll throw the hammer down, or I don't know.
There's no prohibition about reselling the designer sets on the platform. I'll tell you who they could nail on Bricklink. You're a Lego brand retailer and you're buying stuff with your corporate discount, you're not allowed to resell. So if they actually have the QR code and they know exactly which set you bought with your employee discount, and that goes up on Bricklink, you could be in trouble.
Yeah, but sorry, I just grabbed a random set from a few years ago, and how they scan a barcode, at least at the stores. They're scanning a barcode. That barcode does not have unique information on it.
That's fair.
Right? And I don't think there's anything on here. Like, I mean, there might be something to uniquely identify this box, but unless, like I say, at the warehouse, maybe when they're fulfilling the orders, maybe they could make that mark. You know what I mean? Like maybe they could
leave it to the guy.
Their info, but
leave it to the tech worker to identify all the holes in my conspiracy theories.
Well, no, I'm trying to think how they would. It's not like there's a unique ID that they scan for every set, right?
That's fair. If the QR code were on the side of the box and they scanned that, then they could know the specific set that went out the door. But you're right.
It's a good thing they didn't do that, though, because then everybody would just walk into the stores and scan all the QR codes to get their bonus points.
Good point. I think we just found a back door, potentially.
That would be funny if people
or better yet, we're going to sneak over to your friend's house, and when he goes to the bathroom, you go in there and you start going, scan. Go through all
that's true. If you go over to a friend's house and scan his stuff before he can, that's a dirty fool.
Just
Dana has a key to my house from when we took care of my cat. I better go scan instructions right.
Just make sure you scan it.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I was just going to say, just make sure you scan everything before anybody comes over.
Like for February?
Yeah.
Literally, the room that I keep all my old instructions is the room that Jeff will sleep in when he comes here for Let It Brick On. I better.
I was going to say, well, let's hope that that we will be able to double scan a code that's already been scanned by someone else, because that would be a bonus.
Yeah, I'd have you bring down another trailer with just your old booklets, and I could.
I don't have that many.
Oh, come on! We've seen your basement.
No, actually, I don't need to upgrade that trailer, is what I'm saying. But
oh, gotcha. Okay, well, that's true. They are heavy, but they're compact.
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking through some of the info on it. What are some other activities that get you points?
You can answer the surveys and stuff, but that's already existed on their site as well.
Right.
They are, for you Americans, they are continuing the Target. Purchase stuff at Target and you can get VIP points, but I don't really know how that one works.
Like 2%. It's so little.
Okay.
It's
I don't
very
even
low.
know.
It's still continuing on. Like that program was supposed to end actually on Monday.
Oh,
So I think it was Monday. It was ending sometime in August. I don't remember what the exact date was, but they've extended it now. But maybe you'll be able to scan it with the like. I'm assuming there must be an app of some sorts to be able to do the scanning, because
There's an app.
otherwise how would you scan that QR code which currently brings you to the building instruction portal? Or actually, if you have the app installed, it automatically opens up in the Lego Building app. So it's I don't know. I'm not sure how they're going to do that.
Interesting.
I'm sure the crack IT team at Lego's got that all figured out.
Yeah, I'm trust me, I don't know. All right, so scanning that vote. I wonder if they're going to have. Is there Lego Ideas? Is like voting? Is that going to be a part of it?
I would assume so. They're merging your accounts, so I would assume so.
I mean, that would encourage people to vote for stuff, but they
Yeah,
would
but
probably
then everything would hit
upvote.
10,000 at some point,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
that's
that-
true.
Yeah.
Doesn't that happen already?
Well, yeah. I mean, yes. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, maybe if they're linking your account and you voted on something and then you buy it, maybe they can give you bonus points.
Oh, here's what they should do. If you vote for something in Ideas, it's like Kickstarter. You have to put the money up, and so if it gets made, it deducts it from your account. Then when you vote for something on Ideas, you have to put your money where your mouth is.
Oh, that's a good point. Cosbrick, they're going to see how many people use paper instructions to get rid of them. But I'm going to be more likely to go get my paper instructions and maybe use them, since there's a QR code in there.
On the front page, though, right? So you don't even have to open the instruction. You can just scan it. I don't know. I honestly, if they remove instructions, there are going to be people that are not happy, because not
Here you go, people. Free barcode. Act quick.
What? Old Surly asked an important question, a little sidebar question. Has asked he sensed a bit of dislike for our city space themes. Is there a premise why it was just a joke? No, we don't like them really at all. Well, except for the last one. I really liked, except for the price point. But we want a space theme that is space, not tied to town and has a shuttle in it every time.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that the general thing is shuttles and rockets. They always have one or the other, right?
We need more shuttles.
Space.
Yeah, we want space fighters and space aliens and space like that. Now, this last one, the Explorer, and based on the stuff. Oh, flex! Look at that flex. Such a flex. But I like this last theme. The price point was awful on it, but I liked it a lot because it had the classic space logo in it, and I liked it a lot because there were some kind of spacey parts, which I've used here on purpose. So I liked it. It was better than some have been. It's definitely better than Launch Command. Definitely better than the Mars missions and stuff to me. So yeah.
There was a thing called Launch Command.
Yes, Launch Command was the first kind of quasi NASA theme back in the 90s, early 90s, late 90s. Is that right? Yeah. And then there was that really derpy Launch Command or Space Mission or whatever that had the battery powered rocket ship engine things that made terrible noises, and it was so bad. So bad. Support for the Kickstarter from here, that actually would be cool. You kickstart that, you throw your $5 in, and it gets voted on. So yeah.
I buy a bunch of hats using the Kickstarter model. You got to pay up front, and then you don't get a hat for like 6 months. So I mean, it works in some realms, but
well, for Lego, I'm sure design and product cycle are a whole lot different than stitching a hat in a way. You know what I'm saying?
The Bricklink digital designer program is basically Kickstarter. You got to pony your money up, and then they don't send you the set for I don't know, almost a year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, I've never ordered one of those, and I'm not really in depth. Do they go through a design process with a designer to make sure the thing sticks together, or is it just like, I hope this works?
They're runners up from the ideas program, so they've all at least gotten 10,000 votes, and I guess Lego took a look at them, so maybe they went ahead and did a test build.
Well, no, probably not. I wouldn't say they went that far, because I know the very beginning is here's the 5 or here's the 20 different models, and the people that are building it, the people that have entered them have a month or so to revise them, and I think because they have to switch into what's currently available in the palette because they're not making new parts.
Okay.
And then they submit those to Lego, and I believe at that point there might be a quick validation step, and maybe more than a quick, like a month-long validation for them, and then at that point they go up. They're available for the pre-order where 5 of them get chosen. But that being said, that means that like if there's 8 or 10 of them, then they've wasted some time on the other batch of them, right? But that's why they're now going, like, the new program is that people submit their models through like Lego Digital Designer models directly through Bricklink to get in the designer program, right? It's no longer the idea sets that are being done, as far as I can tell.
Okay. I haven't paid that much attention, to be frank.
Me either. But you're not Frank. You're Matt. All right. So does this make you care about your VIP account more, or is it just the thing that's there that you just do when you have points?
I care about my account a lot.
I'll care about it as I'm frantically scanning all of my instructions to get as many points as possible. After that, it's the exact same thing. Other than, I'm building a set, scan. Okay, now I can continue building, right?
Yeah. Monday, you're just going to see this big pack of instructions back here while we're talking Monday, and just be zapping instructions.
Just you hear like the cash register beep of beep beep.
Oh, that makes me go find an old. There it is, right there. Ba-ching.
So, I heard this a while ago. So this is not recent information, but this is kind of old information from somebody who was a Lego store employee but no longer is. And this person told me that Lego would like the online portion of VIP to be a destination where consumers would regularly want to go and click to see what's there, as a place where they could then, offer special purchase, but it would also give Lego a chance to know that like the core customers are checking in, and then they could share information. I'm guessing that this might still be headed in that trajectory where they're trying to make the VIP center like a must want to visit because there's cool stuff available.
Is it going to be?
I don't know. I'm just tossing that out. That's what I was told. Things might have changed.
Will they give me VIP points for going there? Because that's the only reason I want to go.
Well, I mean, one of the things that they've started doing is they'll just drop little things you can spend your points on, and they don't always make a big announcement. So, for example,
a coloring sheet. I don't want a coloring sheet.
I had one of these, and I lost it at one of our shows. My head got hot and sweaty, and I took it off and set it down, and then I barely forgot about it. So it popped back up.
You were swinging it and slung it. I think I remember that.
Could be. But so when this popped back up, I was like, yeah, I'm obsessed with hats, and I no longer have a Classic Space one. So I put my points in, and I got it, and I was more than happy to redeem some points on that. So, but there was no announcement. It was like if you didn't happen to click in and see what was available, somebody I think either happened to mention like the hat's back on, and I was like, okay, I lost mine, so I'll go there.
Hey, we are affecting the Lego world as we speak. We brought the page down. Look at there.
I know. I just tried it too. I'm like, how am I supposed to buy Lego?
We
Oh, wait.
did it. We brought it down.
Everybody's looking for crabs.
Well, I don't know if that's the primary source, but that's not
Well,
what
I
I heard
mean,
in high school.
well, I meant, yeah. I'm assuming the crab line care those crabs you can only get through Bricklink. You can't get them through Bricks and Pieces. So
We're gonna have to create the shell breakers or something, and they have big crab claw spaceships that attack the crabulons.
You build a spaceship that looks like the crab crackers they give you at the restaurant.
Ooh.
All the aliens have a bib on the front, or all the and they have butter. They have butter beams and things.
No butter.
so
Like a butter, like a syringe, push it and like the butter comes streaming out.
Zizu was mentioning that about the VIP keychain giveaway. It makes 100% sense now because it's branded VIP. So they probably had a crap ton of these, and they're like, "Oh, we need to get rid of them, right?"
Yeah.
Makes sense. So they'll probably have a new giveaway for Lego Insiders for people that are joining the program. Maybe.
Now
We're
we're
going to
gonna
be getting a crap ton of those at conventions. They're going to be dumping those things out with all the old.
Well, because they were
logos.
free, you could order 3 of them. Which reminds me, I only ordered 1, but
we're gonna get keychains that say insiders.
that would be funny if the keychain, if the minifigures were inverted and it was like the inside of the minifigure, all the guts. Lego Insiders.
There you go. We'll have the anti-crabulons with their little mallet going after the.
With the inside of the minifigs, that would be perfect for my serial killer layout. I can't wait for that.
There you go.
All right. So Justin Brichality asked, "Will the value go down to spend VIP before the change?" I don't think so, unless they're. I mean, Lego does this. They'll ease you into a change and then really drop the hammer. And I wonder, with more opportunity for points, will they say, "Well, we're not going to get the ratio that you used to. They're going to back it down."
How about let's flip that the other way? The price of Lego sets keeps going up, so they're already doing that by having the value, like 500 points or 650 VIP points buys you $5 worth of Lego, but that's
Math,
still not what it used to be, right?
yep.
So
You're right.
they can keep the points the way they are, and it's still going to cost you more to get stuff.
Those Canadians have good math program.
They do.
Sure.
That's true.
And health.
And help.
It's the best of the world.
Sorry, I grabbed that set off my shelf because I haven't built it yet. I haven't built it because this was the one episode of What If that they were supposed to air in season 2.
Right, and didn't.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to grab the set in case it becomes popular in season 2, and then someone wants to, buy it. But now I want the instruction out of it, so forget it.
What if they had aired it?
Well, if they air it in season 2, their set's already sold out, right?
Okay.
Like because it was last year's anyway.
Yep. And that's the only one with the Watcher in it. Is that correct?
Yes, currently. That's a good point.
Yeah. So anyway,
Speaking of TV shows, we went back and rewatched all of Loki.
Mhm.
Yep.
And I have to say that I think Loki is my favorite of the TV shows. Like I just enjoy it. I think the actors are all really good actors, and because Loki isn't a hero, he doesn't have to have a hero's arc. So you're not really sure where Loki's going to end up, right? I mean, he's kind of a rascal. Is he going to do good, or is he just going to do Loki self-interested outcomes? I'm really looking forward to season 2 of Loki. I certainly really enjoyed season 1, so we'll see what happens.
Yep. Agreed. I keep hearing cider. Yeah, maybe there'll be a Lego Insider, but it's an apple drink that
Alcoholic.
Yeah, I like WandaVision.
Yeah, we still got 2 more months of summer in Georgia.
That's truth. Yeah, we had 2 days of it almost feeling like fall the last 2 mornings. Well, guess what? The heat is hitting the gas pedal, and it's going to be mid to high 90s the next few days. So
couple days ago, we were forecast to hit 102 on Tuesday. I don't know if that's still true or not.
We had a little cold snap as well, and leaves are starting to fall off some of the trees up here. So
What?
That's what happens when they're on fire. So
oh jeez, you people and your thinking the whole. You realize how big Canada is, right? Like, and how many people live there. We are all far south of all the fires. At least most of us are. And those ones that are evacuating are too.
We had your Canadian smoke down here about a month ago, so don't be talking. So,
what, you don't like smoked Canadian?
Smoked Canadian is my favorite kind of human flesh.
I couldn't think. Oh, wow.
And Dana's not even here to tell us how many dead Canadians will fit in his trunk. So that's
true.
Discussion over here in the chat about I like Falcon and Winter Soldier. It was pretty good. And honestly, I liked Secret Invasion until the end, and it just went, "Oh, we're done. Sorry, that was all." And
we have yet to watch Secret Invasion.
Just don't watch the end of it. Let the penultimate episode be your last one, and you'll be fine.
I heard so many negative comments about it that I haven't started watching it.
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about it. I think it'll get better if they because I'm assuming the story will continue in future stuff. So maybe that'll improve it. Maybe it's like the Thor Dark World thing where everybody thought it was a stupid movie, and now it makes a little more sense because they've returned back to it in places.
Yeah. I enjoyed it up to the last episode, and then it was horrible. That was Jake and I were watching. We woke up early on vacation. We're like, hey, we're gonna watch it early and do our things. And so we sat there, and so we set up laptop in the room. We were watching it, and then it was like, oh, that was it. And we both looked at each other and went, huh, all right, I'm going to the beach. So
nobody's going to beach anybody here.
No beaching.
Don't be a beach.
There is Christopher. How are you, sir?
Hey, Chris.
I beach.
The other thing is also, by this time next week, most of us will probably have watched the first few episodes of Ahsoka, which is coming out next week too.
Yes, and that I'm excited about. Please don't suck. I mean, I really want this to be good. So, also known as season 5 of Rebels, yes. And I'm completely okay with that. In fact, I'm ecstatic if that's what it is. So,
Agreed.
All right. Any more info that you guys know, or what your thoughts on this VIP change? Other than they're adding a few more things in. More than likely, they're going to drop a bomb on us. They're tracking us a little more with it. Is it going to encourage you to do more, or make you go, no, I'm not doing as much with VIP? So, Insider.
Is it the precursor to, like I said earlier, Brickset as well? Like them creating their own database of every set people own, including historical stuff, right? So that they can, encourage people to track their collections and stuff like that, but only have it on a Lego site. Like, I don't know if that's something they would want to do, but, if they're starting to, are you going to also, in Insider, are you going to also be able to see all the sets that you've purchased and you've scanned the instructions for? Is that going to allow you to say, oh, I want to build one of my sets and pull it up from your list of existing sets and stuff like that? I
don't know. But, it's definitely going to give Lego a lot of inside information until the builder, just to be honest with you, they're going to be all of a sudden be able to track who is in for real is the one who's really buying the sets. I mean, it's probably going to skew them for continuing to think the adult fan is much more important than maybe they are, or we are, but
hold it though. Who's going to be doing the people that are getting the VIP points are going to be the parents that have the Lego.com account, because they're buying stuff. It's not like your kids are going to, Jake might, but it's not like your kids are going to have, at a younger age, are going to have their own VIP accounts / purchasing power on Lego.com, right? So
that they know of, but most there's a certain percentage of parents who are like, Yeah, just put the card in there. They can do what they want, that kind of stuff. We're not, but some people parents are. So
Can I get a parent like that?
I would love one. I mean, let me have one.
Wait, wouldn't that be just like a sugar daddy or something like that?
I'm in at this point.
Lego daddy.
Leave me a Lego mama. That's true. What the fuck is this? You think they would they do that? I don't think they would do that.
That would be kind of crazy. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it just,
Yep. The other thing I'd make though, in terms of like Lego gathering data, is that while U.S. law is extremely lax about what corporations can gather, that is not true in Europe. And I'm going to predict that when they set up this insiders, you're going to have to go in and prove that Lego is gathering data, and
yeah,
you have to say they accept it, and they may provide some kind of consent.
And the site did, or one of the articles I read did say you have the ability to opt out of some like marketing type stuff that they might apply to it. But I don't know if that means you're also opting out of the VIP points.
but accept this and receive 20,000 more points. That's going to be.
And they know for sure that Americans will easily give up their privacy for $1.05.
Well, here's an idea. Do you want us to send you more marketing information? Click here and get an extra, point for every email blast we send you or something.
Oh, that's true. They could even say in every advertisement, you scroll to the bottom and the whole thing where you have to scroll to it and then the button will be active and you get like a VIP point or whatever or two for looking at an entire ad. So
yeah.
Can I scan a unique code off of the catalog that in the mail that I get?
Maybe.
I mean, I'm participating in there.
Who knows? Because and the more interesting thing was also that they were saying that the Lego Life program is going to be added to this as well, right? And they've been trying to get that thing to go digital for years, and they haven't been able to. People are still requesting the paper books for the kids because there's games inside, like connect the dots and crap like that. So I don't know. I'm interested to see because I still subscribe to it. I've had to create fake kid names now because my kids have aged out. So, I'm just using initials and stuff like that just because I like getting them still.
We're going to turn you into the Lego police.
Go for it.
Well, I mean, again, now here's me being around kids and stuff. I mean, and doing kids ministry and stuff. When a kid gets a piece of mail, it's a big deal. I mean, birthday card is a big deal. A catalog, I mean,
really, even today.
Yeah. I mean, junk mail is junk mail, but if something has their name on it in the mailbox, it's a big deal, right?
What about if they get a mail away Boba Fett? Is that exciting?
Yes.
Especially if it's just arriving now.
Yeah.
It's been stuck in some post office for the last.
And your kid opens it now and chokes on the bullet and dies, and you don't have no one to sue. So,
there's something I was going to say to what you were saying, Chris, and now I forgot what you were said.
Everyone under the age of 35 did not understand that joke. But
that's true. You were talking about getting stuff in the mail.
Oh, getting stuff in the mail. My kids used to love when you got the credit card advertisements in the mail. They came with a fake credit card. Because then they'd be like, "Oh, we want it," because then they would just like pretend to be, they put it in their wallet, so they felt like they had a credit card.
They felt rich.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's kind of how real credit cards are. You still owe the money, but you feel rich.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things you learn as a parent, you take your kid on this really fancy vacation to Disney or you go to the Daytona 500, and their favorite part is using the key card to get in the hotel room. I mean, just straight up. That's just the way it is.
You spend thousands of dollars to go to Disney World, and their favorite part is the swimming pool at the hotel.
Yes.
It's a swimmier swimming
river.
pool.
You can't do better than a lazy river. I mean, come on.
Truth. I did. You're right. I dated myself. Jeffrey Van Winden, Jeff Van Rinden, Jesus Van Winden.
The second one is G off. I don't care what anybody else says. I call people G off when I see that.
Gee, oh,
Geoff. I think that's actually how our other Jeff spells his name, actually. Remember, Nick, that your kids are the ones that are actually going to be in your nursing home, so you may want to edit your commentary.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Did any of you join in the flexing when people were putting their VIP? Which is odd that this came out. Remember, there was that thing where everybody was putting their VIP points up.
Yeah.
You think Lego started that and is like, let's see if that'll roll out on social media, and people were doing it. I didn't do it, but that was all the flexing and everything. No regrets. Did any of y'all do that? Matt, you said you did?
yeah, I did it, and then immediately Cody had me beat by like another 20.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I have a lot of points. Like Dana and I joked about this before. Like our spouses should never learn the total amount of VIP points that we have in our accounts. And then when I saw people posting, and I'm like, oh, I'm probably gonna be up there. And then like the moment I post it, like Cody's like, I destroyed you. And he was like laughing. He was laughing about it too.
I'm looking at my balance, and I feel that it's way under what I would expect it to be. Like I'm just over 100K in points, like since joining. But my card number is a 6-digit number because I joined back when the program started in like 2003, 2004, whatever year it was. I joined at Brickfest in Virginia, right? So I'm like, have I only spent that many, or have I only gained that many points over all those years? It seems kind of low. But anyway.
Maybe your droid's memory was wiped.
Or their Canadian points. I don't know.
I have a 7-digit number, but see, I think I had an old VIP account, and at some point it switched to a different one, and probably I've got like 6,000 points or 6 million points laying in the old to my AOL account somewhere, that that's when I switched over or something like that. So
my card actually is in 3 pieces now: the front plastic, the actual card, and then the back plastic, like the laminate. So
mine is held together.
Yeah,
I have a card with 9 stamps. Nice. Yeah, I agree. It is to me, it's a little cringy. I also feel that I would have people who are like, "What's the pastor spending his money on?"
Hey,
I get it.
My response is that if some of my buddies who go to bars had a VIP card for their bar tabs, like they would have me crushed. I can't. I remember my 20s. I would hear, these were not close friends, but people would be like, "Oh man, it was a rough weekend. I spent $400 at the bar," and I'm like, how do you have $400 to just blow on alcohol and food? I just couldn't even.
Because they're not buying Lego.
Because they're not
That's
buying.
true.
Exactly.
We're investing in plastic that's going to last at least 30,000 years before it degrades. So
you could have got an Imperial flagship for that money.
that's right. And had the joy of it collecting dust on top of your shelf, and instead of ruining your liver. So it's true.
Collecting gunk on your bathroom floor. Yeah. As you're
So, since Chris skipped over, is it okay for me to talk about this?
Oh, did I? Yeah. I'm sorry, we didn't do the whole thing. Go ahead.
We just did a cat exhibition, so.
Oh, true.
So I this is the friend set. So this Dana sent me a picture of the Lego that showed up at his Costco, and so I jumped over to my Costco, and these were out. And these are $80 sets retail and $60 at Costco, so that's a 25% discount. So that's a pretty good discount. So I bought 2 of them, thinking I was gonna love it as a parts pack, but honestly, I think I'm only gonna open the one. And it's got some interesting pieces. So we got these like green curly Q things, and then we've got these green leafy parts. But I really find the pedals over here These are pretty interesting. I hope these come in a bunch of other colors. And you get some of these leaf pieces in the light azure, dark azure color. So there's some cool parts on it, but not enough I'm going to spend $60. I think I'd just rather go and spend $60 on the Bricks and Pieces website than buy another one of these.
Yeah.
And you get the like psychedelic deer that has flower power antlers. Whoa, flower power. You get the, I don't know, a cat who is also a plant. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure.
Cactus.
It's dreams. We don't know if these are dreams that happen when you're on acid or
Yes.
Or mushrooms. Yeah.
But I know, like Dana, who's into the monochrome, we now have the pearlescence hairpiece. So somebody's got the other parts that come in some kind of, opalescence. I don't know if you've got the head and the torso, but we've got a hairpiece now. So if you want to build a opalescence minifig, we've at least got the hair covered. And then, of course, we've got the splatted on, I don't know what this thing is.
Z-blob.
Z-blob.
Z-blob or sinus infection, one or the other. I'm not sure.
The sinus infection. And then you got these other minifigs that they're okay. There's nothing to write home about. So, like, if I bought another set, I'm not like going, oh wow, these are fantastic figs. Whereas I would say like the figs in the Monkey Kid set, like the crab thing that I got in the East Palace, like those are cool. I wouldn't mind having more of those figs. These figs don't inspire me in particular, but it was a fun build and it's got some interesting colors. I would say that I went to our local Lego store, and this being the school's back in session, it was pretty slow. So I walked around and looked at a lot of sets that had come out on August 1st, and I hadn't been in the store, and looked at the store window displays and picked things up. And I have to say that there are a lot of things that I was like, I kind of thought I might be interested in that in Dreams, but I'm probably going to pass on that. There's still plenty of things I'll be spending my money on, but maybe not so much the Dreams. He said Dreams has not been selling that particularly well.
Yeah.
The other one I picked up is the seal pack. And so you get the gray seal and the little baby white seal. Very cute. And for $11, you get these two amazing figures. And oh, by the way, there's a view. And if you spend $40, you get the Dreamy gift with purchase. So I guess, is that Z-Blob again? Yeah, I guess
You get that for $5 at Walmart.
Is that right? Well, you get it for free. If you spend
You didn't get it for free. You spent $80.
I did not, because I took back a Star Wars set that I decided was lame and I wasn't going to set on my shelf. So I took the Star Wars set back and exchanged it. I only spent $50 out of pocket, and I got all.
Bricklink's back up for anybody who is wanting to shop.
Yeah, they know our show's about over. We can't dog them anymore. So
They shut Bricklink down just to drive more traffic to us. It was very thoughtful. So thank you.
Yeah. That number went from 16 to 19 for a moment. That was awesome.
But the other thing that I've been working on is coming back and working on the Ninjago expansion. So we are into the second story, and I'm having a good time. I like the Ninjago stuff. I like the Ninjago buildings. I like the Monkey Kid buildings. I'm less excited about the Dreams. Oh, the other thing that I picked up. What do I do with it? Oh, here it is. So this was the thing I actually spent my money on. This was
that's so nice.
This was marked down 10%. And I said, is it really selling that badly? So you see a little sticker over here. I said, is it really selling? It just came out and, it's not 10% off. What's going on? And he says, no. He says, it's not that it's selling that badly. It's that our store is too small and there's more sets coming out September 1st. And so they decided there's no room in our store for this to sit on shelves. So he said, we're clearing it out of our store so that we can put new stuff on the shelf. So that strikes me as kind of a new thing for Lego. I've not seen Lego, discount something at smaller stores just to create shelf space, or at least I don't remember seeing it. And I worked at that store. So, I'm saying that as somebody who worked there for 2.5 years. I don't remember them discounting things just to clear out So, the store closer to my house has more shelf space, so they probably don't have that marked down 10%. But if you want 10% off, run over to North Point Mall because it's 10% off right now. Plus, you get this for free.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah. Do you think? Well, we should have a discussion, maybe even offline, about the North Point store because the mall is shrinking. And do you think North Point store is going to stay there, or are they going to do something else, or what?
Okay, now this is old information, but when I worked there, which was almost 7 years ago, I asked the store manager because there was a Crate and Barrel that was in that mall. And the Crate and Barrel moved up to the Avalon, which is a mall a couple exits north on 400, which is Avalon is trying to have a more high-end clientele. Cha-ching, cha-ching, if you get that right. And I said to the manager, I said, what about Lego moving up there? You think they'll move up to Avalon? And his comment was, I will quit as manager if we move because that's further away from my kids and my house. So I know the manager is in no desire to move further north, but that's not to say that the corporation doesn't decide to do something. So I don't know.
They need to move one over here to Marietta is what they need to do. So
I wouldn't disagree with that. The one thing that they have done with that particular mall is the anchor stores at the end. So there used to be a Sears or a JCPenney's, I forget which, at the end. I never went in it, even when it was an anchor store. So they closed that anchor store, and they're actually going to turn it into like condos. So the idea is to get some foot traffic by having people actually living at one end of the mall, which is kind of strange. I'll be curious to see how that translates. Generally, there's a shortage of affordable housing, so maybe that's the future of America. We'll just turn all the Sears into housing. Or you could put an L in there to be the big Chitlin store.
I'll take either one. I'm good. Yeah, put a big. My son could go work there for his college job. So which is our big task tomorrow.
Going to college, go to Lego.
Get him a job.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but no, I would love to have one of those. I mean, just our quadrant needs a Lego store. Marietta could support. There's enough folks over here. So,
well, you know, it's interesting when you go to New York. I actually pitched an idea to Brick Nerd about doing an article about Lego stores in major metropolitan areas. That was going to be the theme. And so I actually created a spreadsheet with all the stores. Chicago has like 6 Lego stores. New York Metro has like 9 Lego stores. We have 2.
We have 3 in Toronto.
We have 3 in Toronto, right?
Well, we have 2.5 if you count the Lego Discovery Center. So
I don't
either.
So in Houston, I mean, Houston's got like 4. So per capita, I think we're kind of actually due for a 3rd store. So
how many IKEAs do you guys have?
1.
We have 4.
And our IKEA only came along very recently.
That's because people in Canada, you know, they've got to build their furniture in the winter. They have nothing else to do. So
they have more Nordic people in Canada, people who want the IKEA style.
Sorry,
chickens. It balances out. So.
It's interesting though because people from Buffalo and like the upstate New York travel to Hamilton, which is the closest IKEA to them. Okay. And like I was there on the weekend, and I literally saw like 5 or 6 U.S. plates, Michigan or New York plates, in the parking lot, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense because we're closer than New York, like New York City, which is probably the closest IKEA for them."
My ex was from Erie, Pennsylvania, and the Canadians would come down on buses because Erie had no sales tax on clothing.
Yeah, my daughter's there right now with my ex.
Is that right?
They went down today to Erie to do shopping. Yeah,
that's funny. All right.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, you spend the tax and gas, but you know.
Now, when you come back across the border, if you've been shopping in the U.S., do you have to declare all the stuff that you got at the border and pay
You're
tax?
supposed to, but I mean, if you're there for 3 days, I think you can claim $400 or $500. So
you could say you had to wear 5 outfits every day, so you needed them.
Yeah, you just wear them across the border.
Just layers of puffy clothing.
Yeah.
I always wear 5 t-shirts.
Put your arms down, sir. I cannot.
when you put the arms down, it makes a whoosh sound. You're like, squeeze the air out. But the other side is like when I went up to Detroit and I crossed over Windsor, and there's a great hockey store right across Pirani's, and if you come across the border back into the U.S., the Canadian government refunds you the GST on defensive hockey gear. So if you buy elbow pads or shin pads, you get your tax back. So I mean, yeah, it's pretty good, especially at that point, the U.S. dollar was pretty strong against the Canadian, the loonie, and it was a good deal buying defensive hockey gear in Windsor. Those cross-border people, they're just taking advantage of these things.
I don't know what to say about defensive hockey. Just
that's because you're just offensive.
Go sports teams.
Yes, this happened to some folks the other night. By the way, was it Monday when Gil was in the chat and you dropped out? Like YouTube in Canada barfed itself and everybody was off. So
yeah, it was absolutely weird. Where it was like it was a couple of Google related things because I had a perfect amount of data. Like my speed test was perfect. I could hit Disney Plus, I could hit Netflix, and like it streamed right away and in high quality. And I'm like, what's going on? So,
did you see St. Cyr comment about wearing his old clothes? I could just imagining St. Cyr like throwing his old laundry into the trash heap as he wears his spanking new. What were those in the 90s? Those like the Bloom pants or the Boom pants or whatever that had like the big puffy stuff. Parachute pants. I'm imagining David wearing, parachute pants.
But he'd probably have a bunch of stuff packed into the parachute pants.
Look, we're not talking about what Canadians put in their pants. All right. So
remember when we had the cargo shorts? The cargo shorts were all the rage. You had those like all these pockets. I would. Well,
I wear cargo shorts today.
I still have a pair too.
You don't have to reveal that on the air, Chris. That could be our secret.
I'm fine.
I would get my cargo shorts and I would go to see a movie. And I didn't want to pay the movie concession price. Thank you, Zuba pants. I would get the cargo shorts and I would go by the burrito store and I would get the burrito wrapped in tinfoil and I would put it in my cargo shorts. And once I got the movie theater, I'd unwrap that burrito tinfoil. It was awesome.
You took I can see Raisinets. You took a burrito to the movie?
Burrito. And
sorry. You should have said you put the burrito in your cargo short pockets. Versus in your cargo shorts, because now I'm just thinking, is that burrito in your pants? Or anyway.
Hey, I did not go there. or they would be like, why is it over there on the right side of your leg? But I mean, the smuggling a burrito in, that's something. But did you ever have anybody who did the thing where like one person would pay to go in and the other person would bring a pizza and come to the emergency exit and you'd have to open the door?
No, what the heck kind of thing?
I never did it, but I knew people who did.
We used to exit through the emergency exit when the movie was over because the one theater we were at, the back parking lot, you'd have to walk all the way around the, it was an AMC, so it was like a 30 cinema theater. You'd have to walk around the entire theater, so you just exit through the back door, and they were okay with it. But sorry, I just read that too. But yeah, I never thought about actually opening the door and letting people into it or grabbing food through it.
I mean, this was all like pre 9/11, so nowadays probably the like fire alarm would go off or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
See you mid-80s and somebody's knocking on the emergency door. You open it up. The Domino's guys pulled up there and hand you a pizza.
Bring it to fire exit number 7.
I know people who did that. They would get one person would pay for a ticket and the other one pay for the pizza, and we had pizza in the movie in the theater.
Now in college, we would take a Coke in a bottle of Coke in there with you and all that kind of stuff, but
or like a bag of M&Ms or something because the M&Ms are stupid.
Yeah, not a main course.
Hey, a burrito in one pocket and a Coca-Cola in the other. You're sad. Cargo pants, baby. I'm telling you, it's the way to go.
That's chapter 1 of your memoir: a burrito in one pocket and a Coca-Cola in the other. So,
how to live the high life.
Right.
Uh,
Oh, it's quarter after. It's time for us to go, guys. Thank y'all for joining us. Great conversation. Thank you for our friends being in the chat. Thank you for our friends being in the room. Be kind to your neighbor. Be awesome and build awesome. Good night, everybody.